Today, we are going to do part 2 of our digital still life. Go ahead and open up ArtRage. Once ArtRage opens up, the picture that comes up is not yours. You need to go to the menu, then you need to go to where it says View Gallery. Your artwork should be saved in the gallery. Then you're going to select Don't Save Painting. It is not your job to save somebody else's art. Find your picture in the gallery. Tap it with your finger. Then go to the bottom right-hand corner and click Edit to open it up. Once it opens, you need to figure out where you left off and start drawing your objects for your still life. I have already added a few to mine, so let's continue adding some more. Now, every object should be on a new layer. Everything should be on a separate layer. Click the plus at the top to add a new layer. I wanted my layer to go at the top, but instead it went down here because this layer was selected. So what I need to do is delete this layer, click on the gear, tap delete layer. Scroll up to the top, select the top layer, hit plus, and that'll put the new layer at the top. This layer is extra, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it because I don't need that layer. I'm going to start by drawing my new objects on a new layer. So I'm going to draw one object at a time, one object per layer. I'm choosing to use the crayon. I like using the crayon tool for drawing, so that's what I'm going to choose to use. You can use any of the other dry media tools that you might prefer. So I'm going to minimize by clicking the corner for the toolbar, and I'm going to zoom in with my finger. I can go into the settings, the two gears, and I can adjust the color on the other side in the color palette, make sure I got the right color. That looks good. I play with the tints and shades, get it just right. If you don't like the color, you can always go back and change it later. Okay, so let's adjust the size. I want to make it kind of small. Okay, so let's see, let's play with the pressure and the softness a little bit. That looks good. And now I can start drawing. Let's see, oh, that was too thick. I think I'm going to make it thinner. So let me go back and adjust it. If you make a mistake, don't forget you can hit undo. So I'm going to start by drawing my flower. I'm going to zoom in. Remember to zoom in, it'll help you draw it easier. Once my flower has been drawn, now I need to color it in. So I'm going to go into my color palette and I'm going to choose the color I want to color in my flower. And I'm going to start oh no, as I'm coloring in my flower, my coloring is going on top of my lines. Well, there is an easy fix for that. I'm going to zoom back out. I am going to click the stack of paper for the layers. I'm going to open up my layers. I'm going to select the layer underneath of my flower and hit plus. Then I will color on the layer that's directly underneath of my flower. And then later, we'll merge them together. So now when I color, my coloring goes behind my lines. So that way it doesn't mess it up. I'm going to make the size a little bit bigger so it goes a little faster. I can use the blending tool to blend colors together later. Once I have colored the whole thing in, I now am going to merge the two together. Select the top layer, click the gear for your settings, and tap where it says merge down. And then it'll put the two together. If you mess up and it doesn't do it right, you can always hit undo to change and try again. Now I'm going to make a duplicate so I can transform it. I want to be able to transform the layers, but first I'm going to make a duplicate layer. This will make a copy of my flower. You can see there are two layers that are the same, but you can only see one in the picture. So I need to transform one of those layers. I'm going to select transform layer. I now have the ability to move it around. I can pinch it with two fingers to make it smaller and to rotate it. Down in the bottom corner, there is a box with an arrow that will flip it horizontally. This will make it facing the other direction. Now I can place it in my picture where I want it to go. Once I like where it is in my picture, I can tap the check in the right corner to confirm changes. Now I want to make my flower behind my ear of corn. I do not want it in front, I want it behind. To change the order of the objects, you can go to your layers, tap the rectangle with the 2 arrows, then select the layer that you want to move. Press and hold the 3 lines, and then drag it down underneath of the layer that you want on top. Then I can click done, and when I tap out of the layers, you will see that the flower is now behind the ear of corn. Make sure everything that you do goes on a new layer. Don't forget to save your work. Go to the menu, tap Save Painting, and continue this process until your entire work of art is finished.